What's up, guys? It's been a hot minute, but I'm back. So what I wanted to talk about was this thing I see a lot, and I also I'm pretty interested in. I would say I'm pretty educated in this topic, and the topic is excuse me, the topic is biohazards and companies leaving places to rot, I guess. And one example of this I would say is I would say the best example I could give to someone is Seafood City. I don't remember what year it was. I think it was 2016 is when it was officially abandoned. But a lot of people ask why these people do this. And the reason I did Seafood City was because Seafood City is actually a pretty good big company. They have multiple stores open, some in Canada and whatever. But basically the reason a lot of these places get abandoned is because the owners or the CEOs or whoever is keeping in check of this building flee the country. And and stuff like that. And I also will say some of them are usually just they'll just leave it there for no reason. The Bavarian meat incident, that was the owners were these two old people, and they were pretty crappy people. They wouldn't pay their employees. They would scrape off the mold of the meat in products, which was very disgusting. This was obviously told by an employee that worked there, but and it's kind of questions that I have. It's are they just I understand the fleeing the country one, but that one's kind of stupid. But honestly, I bet they were just doing it just to survive. And I mean, honestly, I think it'd be better just to accept it instead of wasting so much food, because you have to think about it. That was, I think it was what, 6,000 pounds of, excuse me, it was 6,000 pounds of fish, meat, and all that kinds of stuff at Seafood City, which was crazy. That is honestly, in my opinion, too much. You know what I mean? And one thing I also hate is all the people that think that Mexia, the Mexia supermarket incident was the worst one. There's several I could name that are probably worse than that one. There was this one, it was called the Biotoni incident, and that was a biohazard. They had rotten pizza and Italian food left over all over the place in this factory, which coincidentally enough leads to E. coli. I think a few people actually passed away because of this, because they had shipped out these disgusting pizzas that made people sick of E. coli, which is honestly just sad and terrifying. And surprisingly, or not surprisingly, but unsurprisingly, it's owned by Nestle, the company Biotoni, which is hilarious. That they don't have people go check on that building constantly, or the factory, I should say. And then another one that I'd say is worse than Mexia is probably let me think about this. I would say Seafood City is worse, and the Bavarian meat market incident are worse, only because Oh damn. Only because it's like the Bavarian meat was like, I think this like almost the same amount of pounds as, Seafood City, and which is still crazy to me that people like the Bavarian meat market. They literally just like how should I say this? They just left it there for no reason. They were just like, you know what, we're just gonna not take care of this building at all. And it got to a point like where it was so bad that like people would like literally get invaded by flies that like by the second they walked out of their house, which was terrible. But luckily some guy bought it out for $1 million, and I think they're cleaning it up now, like right now, but I'm not sure. I remember just seeing something about it getting bought out for like $1 million. And one thing I do wish though, and I know like I really wanted to like see the inside. Like there are videos of like the inside of Seafood City before it got abandoned. And it still looks disgusting. Like they had like literal just open meat, and it was just gross. But I want to see what it looks like now, like what it looks like inside of there now. But obviously it's very illegal. And I also wanted to see it while it was like abandoned, like while people were cleaning it. Not because like I like seeing the gross stuff, but it's because I wanted to see like the damages and like what had happened, because it's like the people that own these like companies, they let it get to a point, and this is disregarding Seafood City. They let it get to a point where it's like unfixable at sometimes, like COVID actually started because of I guess you could say this is sort of like a biohazard, but it happened because of these people in well, I don't want to sound bad or anything, but these, what should I say, these people that owned these stores in China, and this isn't specifically how COVID was started, but like the market, the huge market that sold all that like exotic food is how it started. And I'm not gonna blame the people for that because they didn't know that virus was going to be there. I don't blame anyone for COVID. Anyways, back to what I was saying. That market actually had like cats and dogs, which is very, very sad. They would slaughter cats and dogs all the time, and then they would eat them or skin them and sell them. It was really disgusting. And this is not me like being like trying to like be racially motivated or anything. Like you can look it up. There's pictures of cats and dogs, and even like fish that you couldn't even eat, like or like fish that are really hard to eat, like puffer fish and stuff like that, which could kill you. And then like cow lungs and stuff like that, like just really weird foods that you wouldn't normally see. And then like another one that's probably worse than Mexia is, let me think about this. I know there was one in like, I think it was London maybe, or something like that. It was this place called like Pow Pow Chicken or something, or like it was a Chinese restaurant owned by like some dude. And the reason why it got abandoned was because he hired immigrants or something like that, which like honestly that is really unfortunate, because after he had done that he had also been arrested for hiring those people. And so the building was just just over for, like there's literal videos of it, like where this guy is like walking around showing around the whole place, and like you take one step and it's just like a mountain of maggots and flies, and it was just so gross. But yeah, honestly I just wanted to come on here like so I could upload again, but also because I wanted to talk about it, because I've been seeing a lot of articles and reading them about like people finding out about like this Popeyes incident, and it kind of reminded me of like biohazards and stuff like that. So I just wanted to, hop on here and do that. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys later. Peace.